of making money. You know, as investors, you ask yourself, why are you investing? You are trying to create wealth, and at the same time, you want to make money. But you are making the money not just for the sake of making the money. You want to make this money so that you can become a blessing to other people, so that you can support your environment, you know, because money is just a tool that can be used depending on how you use the money. Money can be used for useful purposes. At the same time, it can also be used for other purposes that are not too good. So, but once you have made money, it's expected that you should use money for positive purposes. And we've also agreed that it is not money that is the root of all evil. It's the love of money. So making money is good as long as people around you are going to benefit from making the money and you support the economy. So we're just going to look at just some secrets of making money, and of course we will be taking some mental exercise and see whether that will be applicable. But all what we're going to be discussing today in Investor Union series, that's the secret of making money, the desire for making money, we should try and implement it. However, if you are implementing it and you're not seeing the result, don't be discouraged. Because it's just like any other exercise. You can't say you just want to lose weight overnight and you just go to the gym on a Saturday and you think you're going to burn all the calories. No, it takes time. What we are saying is for you to have that awareness that this is how you can make money. You know, people who know the secrets, they don't want to share the secret. But we at BroadStreet Radio, because we have the interest of our investors, our listeners, or those of you who are watching us live on our Facebook page, Instagram, and other social media, we want to give you that secret so you can begin to implement it and come back to us and tell us that yes, these secrets really work. It has been tested and it is going to work for you. So the first keys to making money, you say never forget that making money consists of one simple formula. It's just one formula that if you want to make money, as long as you're a business person, it's revenue minus your costs. So you look at the revenue you are making, revenue you are getting, remove your costs from it. Of course, what you have there is your profits. So that is the first secret of making money. Because you will see some persons, they do a lot of business, turnover is so high, revenue is so high, but at the end of the day, they will tell you they are not even seeing the profits they are making. Because there is one element in that formula there, which is your costs. So you should be able to reduce your costs. I'll give you an example of Nigeria. Yes, even though we get so much money from oil, from tax, from so many places, and at the end of the day, government will not have money to do certain projects they want to, because cost of governance
yes,
is very high. So if you're able to reduce costs, then of course we'll begin to see the profit. So that applies to individuals in their businesses. And even you as a salary earner, your revenue, what comes to you is that your salary. But to know how much you have actually made, your cost, going to the office, going to work, your transportation, your upkeep, you feed yourself, even clothes that you buy purposely for usage in the office environment are all part of your costs. You know, you are trying to make yourself, the expenses. So you have to now look at your salary, remove those costs, and whatever you get, that is your profit. So that is the first key for you making money. Second one again we'll look at is focus obsessively on controlling your risks. You need to control your risks, because even when we say as an entrepreneur you fail and fail, it is calculated failing, and you are making sure that for every failure you are learning something, that you will not make that mistake again. You will improve from what you have done. So if you are going into a new venture, even as an entrepreneur, you need to calculate the risks that is involved. You might not be able to ascertain accurately that risk, but you have a reasonable percentage of the risks you will know, so that when you go into that venture and you're beginning to see that result, you will not be taken by surprise. Like they say in risk management, you mitigate the risks that you are. You can even calculate it using probability. This is the expected risk you are expecting, and of course, once it comes, you will be able to have. You will have put in some measures in place that will help to reduce that the effect of that risk on your business. So that is the second key. The third key: treat your money like an employee. Treat your money like your employee, because you want to get results from your employees.
Yeah.
So you train them and you deploy them to work, you monitor them, you want to see the outputs they are getting based on the input you have given to them. The same also applies to your money. Treat your money like an employee so that the money will work for you.
What it means is that treat your money well, not if you are treating your employee in a very bad way. That's why you.
No, of course, we have said that you love people,
yes,
but you use money. Okay, so we are saying treat your money like your employee. You just need to take care of your employee very well for them to perform. So the same thing applies to money. Deploy money. Let money be your servant. Don't allow money to control you. Because we have said here in this series that if money be not thy servant, if it is thy master, then it is a very tyrannical master. But once money is your servant, it works diligently, loyally to you. But once you make money your master, then it's a tyrannical master. So we should treat our money just like our employee. Making money is impossible if you delude yourself. That is, if you just think without doing anything, you will make money. You need to focus on what you want to do. There must be a service that you want to sell for people to buy that service. You need to add value to the individual before you can think of making money. Okay. Now, making money and building wealth is easy if you stay focused, keep costs low, put your cash to work in good investment for a long period of time. So you just have to be focused, put your money to work for you. So at the end of the day, you will be making money. Let's go for a short break.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
BroadStreet Radio, your number one business radio.
yeah. welcome back. It's still your number one business radio, and it's time for the investor education series. We took a quick break, and we're back. We're sharing with you ways through which the secrets of money making, the secrets of money making. And I remember the last one, Mr. Charles said, treat your money like your employee.
Yes, treat your money like your employee, like we have said, so that you have very loyal employee. And as long as you are taking care of them very well,
they will always perform. They're always right there.
Exactly, so the same also applies to your money. It will work and give you the returns that you look at. So I will just move on straight to a simple exercise. Like I said, this exercise is just to reinforce, create that awareness as to the secret of making money. At first, it might not sound too reasonable, but by the time you begin to practice it, then it will begin to make money, it begin to make sense for you. First, the desire for riches. The method by which desire for riches can be transmuted into financial equivalent consists of just 6 definite steps. So if you want to make money, like we have said, we have seen the 4 secrets, key to making money. But in making this money, first of all, you just have to have fix in your mind the exact amount of money that you want. The exact amount of money that you desire. Your desire is very key. There must be definiteness of your purpose. You must desire a particular amount of money. It is not enough to just say, I need plenty of money. You must be very, very specific. You must be very definite as to the amount of money that you want. Exact amount of money you desire. You just have to state it. If it is 100 million naira, you state it. If it is 10 million naira, you state it. Just be very definite as to the exact amount of money that you want. Have that in your mind. Now, the second step is determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. Because like they said, there is no free lunch in Freetown. So you want to make 100 million. What are the things you want to do? What you intend to give in return
for that 100 million?
For that 100 million. If you want to set up, if you don't have a company, you want to set up a company, you want to go into this kind of business, these are the work. You have to do it. You have to do the work. You have to find out those who are in need, what they have been doing and all that. That's why we are saying it is not overnight something, but you have your focus. You have the desired amount. This is what I want to make. Now, what are you willing? What work are you willing to do for you to make that money? So you must be ready. That is the second step. Determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. You must be ready to give. You must be ready to do the work for you to get that money you want to do. Let's give a very practical example. Let's say you are a trainer and an organization have told you, okay, come and run this training for us. First of all, you say, okay, from this organization, I want to make this amount of money, maybe 500,000. Then you must allow them to know that this training, you look at the number of staff that they have. If you are going to charge maybe per staff or you do just block charging, you look at it, okay, it's going to be 2 sessions. I will charge the first day is 250, second day is 250. Or because you have incurred some expenses too. So you might do your program and say, okay, because it's a 2-day program, this is the cost of a material, this is what I'm going to use. At the end of the day, okay, I'm charging them for a block fee of 1 million naira. But you know that by the time you remove your expenses, maybe about 200 or 300, it is 700,000 you are making, for example. So you must have said, okay, it is 700,000 I want to make from this transaction. So you must fix that amount of money. Now, what are you now ready to give in return? You must make sure that the training program must impact that organization. The money you are charging, they must see value for what they are paying. So that is the second step. For the third step, establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. You can't just say, I want plenty of money, I want 100 million. If it is 1 year program, if it is 2 years, if it is 3 years, you need to have that plan. So if it is for 5 years that you want to make 100 million, now if you break that down, for every year is 20 million. Is that also? Then what are these things you have to do? You break it down again to maybe monthly. How much do I need to make on a monthly basis so that for me to make 20 million in a year? You break that down and you put it on paper. You see it clearly, and once you have seen it clearly there on paper, it becomes easy for you to begin to say what you want to do. The fourth step will be create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you are ready or not, to put this plan into action. You know, when you start setting project, you may not know how it's going to end.
Of course.
But just start the project, and as long as your purpose is very definite, you are clear with what you want, you'll be surprised as to how, I don't want to use the word, the universe will come to your help.
Yes.
It will come to you.
The universe will always work in your favor.
Exactly. As long as you just, this body is just like a catalog, you know. When they send you, you will decide that this is what I want, and you send to the vendor, they send you exactly what you want. So
ordered for.
Yeah, you ordered for. So if you send to the universe and said, okay, well, I don't know, my talent is not good enough, or I want only 1 million. That's what the universe will send back to you. But if you send to the universe that, look, this catalog there, I want 100 million, and these are the things I want to do, and you send it back to the universe will now send you back what you have requested for. Like people have said, it's whatever you sow that you are going to reap. So just begin that plan, even if you don't know exactly what to do. The fifth step will now be write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire. Name the time limit for its acquisition. State what you intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate it. So it's just like summarizing all the steps you have done. You need to write clearly the amount of money that you want, a clear statement for the amount of money that you want. Now, the last step, which is the sixth step, it says, this is also very funny, but you can try it, You understand what we talk about, the subconscious, your
psychology.
Yes, your subconscious mind. You give it suggestion, and they have told us that the subconscious mind does not know reality and imagination. It's whatever you feed to it that it will give back to it, and that's the issue of visualization. You just have to visualize yourself that you have earned that money. Visualize yourself that you are using that private jet. Visualize, see yourself in your mind's art, in your mind's mind, that you are now living in VGC. See yourself, smell the aroma of that car, of that big house. Begin to feel it. Try to make it look real. Yes, then you will now know that if you can see it, because they say our mind is very powerful. Whatever the mind of a man or a woman can conceive, believe in it, can be achieved. So the sixth step is read your written statement aloud twice daily. Once just before retiring at night, and once after rising in the morning. Before you sleep in the night, read that statement aloud to yourself. Then sleep. Allow it to get to your subconscious. When you rise up again in the morning, read that statement. That's why you put it close to where you will see. As soon as you wake up, you look at it, and because you begin to imprint on your subconscious that this is what you want. Okay? So as you read and feel and believe yourself already in possession of the money, once you read it, don't just read it for the sake of reading. When you read, give it a lot of energy. Read it Believe
is
in
it
it.
like your affirmation?
It's an affirmation. You affirm it very well. You visualize yourself. You begin to smell it. You begin to think like that, and you see that you are going to attract the money. Like we have said again, you don't struggle for money. You attract money. And it's very simple. It's a very practical, and it has happened several times to so many people. You know, I'll just give a practical example before we round up. Somebody said they have been thinking of how, he wrote a book. He has been thinking of how he's going to sell about 100 copies of that book. And he has been thinking, he has sold to some of his friends, you know, and yet, you know. So he wrote all these things down, very definite. I want to sell 100 copies of this, my book. And he was invited to a talk. He gave a seminar. And after the seminar, of course, the organizer said, you're not selling anything here. Just give your seminar, you know. And after the seminar, somebody who attended the seminar, a reporter from a very reputable newspaper house, say, sir, I enjoyed your lecture. And I know you're an author of so and so book. Can you grant me an interview so that it will be a front page story in our newspaper? Wow. So you can see. And he just smiled. Of course, it didn't occur to him. Just, okay, no problem. He took the interview. The lady interviewed him. He spoke about his book. You know, later said, okay, I need to have a copy of the book for myself. He gave her a complimentary copy. And of course, she did a story, the interview. And the book was in the front page of that newspaper. And at the end of the day, it is sold over 1 million copies.
Wow.
So you can see that how he has been able to attract. There was no hard work there. But because he had that in his subconscious, and he was able to attract that circumstance, that environment that was now able to transmute him in terms of selling the books, the book he has written, and he sold and even made more than what
he
was
expected,
visualizing and what he has been affirming. That is the power of your subconscious mind. So we have everything at our disposal for us to get whatever desire we want, as long as it is not going to harm your fellow human being. Thank you, Gina.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Charles, for that lovely segment on the Investor Education Series today. A quick break and the Afternoon Business Show continues.
For the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
BroadStreet Radio, your #1 business radio.
What?